some more hours pass through the day. They get him fixed up into better shape. The councilwoman starts to go around town and let people know there's going to be a meeting in the town hall. And at a certain point, she does come by the stables if you guys are spending an extended amount of time there.
I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
I'll come back eventually and see what's going on.
She'll meet you on the way, and she says, "Where are you from, Cloudico? Is your mother in town?"
Nah. Who needs parents?
Well, since you've...
I'm on my own.
I see. Since you have proven to be such a help today, if you would like to come to the town hall meeting, you seem to be able to talk to that dwarf.
Oh, yes, it's...
So it might be at least helpful for you to translate.
Will do.
Thank you. Gerft, this woman does approach you and kind of stand over you. She's pretty tall. And she looks down at you.
When she comes in, I like stand up.
She says, Yes, I think that Cloudico would be most useful. Quiet. And she turns and walks away. Your sled, you've had a chance to inspect it. You're in the stable. They took the harness off of them. Is all broken up on the underside. It's not working again anytime soon. The woman who seems to be in charge here says something to you about it.
Damn rope. Put already rocks in the ground. You're gonna put them all in the same spot. Stupid.
They start to gather people together for a meeting, and Ionia asks you if you would fetch Gerft and bring him as well.
As Cloudico moves, it's kind of like in those animes where like they kind of have like a standing like frame, and then they move, and then all their limbs are just kind of like a blur.
It makes that like noise. They're like,
But like they don't move that fast.
Yeah.
The limbs are moving way faster than they're moving.
They're not efficient.
You come up to the town hall, and Ionia Teppan is standing outside. And as you come up, she looks at the man and she says, "I suppose I should have been more clear." Do we have his permission to tie it up outside?
They want to tie up the mammoth outside.
Yeah. Okay. Give me some back. Do I have rope? Nope. We got rope. Actually, we got rope.
Any
I don't like
rope?
catching posts.
I'm sure we can come up with something. She turns, she says, "Mr. Davigan, could you please fetch something with which to tie this beast up outside? Gently, please." And this old man comes outside in kind of a trim, kind of like a craftsman's outfit. And he goes, "Right there, councilwoman. I'll be right on it." And he busies himself back inside and comes out with something and manages to start.
As we're doing that, I do sense motive. I can't understand what they're saying, but I want to see if I can just get general like attitude.
Like a hunch of what's going on.
No, I don't hit a 20, so I don't technically get a hunch.
You can roll for it.
That's true. I can do that. It's not sufficient to get an actual hunch. It is a 17.
There's not like if they were really bad, if they were really trying to hide something from you and really bad at doing it, you think you would have picked it up.
Okay.
But you're not able to gain any kind of insight into the nature of that conversation. They do start tying the mammoth up outside.
Okay.
And just kind of
tethering
him off to a lamp post.
I make sure they do it. I make sure they do it right, and then I go over to him like, "You'll be all right. You stay here. If you're gonna try something funny, you just trumpet. You just go brrr. I don't know the word trumpet. There's no way he would know the word trumpet. You just go brrr. All right. Just go brrr. Just do the brrr. Yeah.
He goes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. He's just got this huge spear on his back the whole time. He's like, "Yeah, go."
Okay. You guys go into the town hall. You're in there already with Zanseep who has sought you out after she caught wind of everything that was going on, is she's standing off to your side. She's like, so what's the dig? What's the sitch? Tell me what's been going on.
These guys, or this dwarf came into town and he had the crazy beast thing.
Like, you looked over and you just saw him just coming.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he just came in.
From the south, which is weird because I feel like he'd be coming from the north.
Like, why would he be coming from the north, though?
Well, because like, Mammoth live in the north, I think. And he's all, look how he's dressed. He looks like he's coming from somewhere cold.
Okay. And I guess it's cold up north. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I kind of dig the look. I'm kind of into it.
Well,
It's
it's really
like-
hot.
Yeah,
It's so
but
hot today.
fashion takes sacrifices. Let me. Oh my gosh, that must have been so scary for you, though.
Well, it wasn't scary until I saw that guy's face. He's really messed up.
You got really fucked up really bad.
Yeah, I don't. And he said there were bodies. He said there were bodies somewhere.
Do you
He said
think
there was a spot.
that whatever killed them is coming here right now to kill all of us?
Maybe.
That would be so exciting.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. Dryden, just don't look now, but Dryden have just walked in. And the two of you look over, and this young man, chiseled jaw, square form, has walked in with his longbow across his back, and he kind of looks around, sees you and Xanthe kind of,
He looked at
sorry.
us.
oh my god. He was totally looking at you.
He
He's
would
like,
make such a strong minion. I mean, lover. Boyfriend.
I don't know why I even try.
Such a strong, powerful boyfriend.
You see a number of people that you recognize walk in here. There's Xanthe's father, Isker Euphraim from the smithy. Tessarea is here with you, sitting next to Argus up near the front.
Is the Butcher of Jalrune here?
The Butcher of Jalrun is not here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of people who live
Yeah.
in the village technically who don't like live in the core here where
Yeah.
you do, and so you wouldn't necessarily expect too many of them. So Dryden being here is notable because he's kind of a fringe guy.
Is Tengazit here?
Tengazil, yeah.
The Tengazil, that's right.
So those of you who aren't familiar with him, as you're kind of scanning around the crowd, mostly everybody here is human. There is that dwarf that you remember from before with the gold teeth sitting up for the front, and that woman with the blue skin and whatever's going on with her. And there's also a very short humanoid, has this really finely carved high chair with these designs like patterned across it, and he climbs up into it. And he's about the size of Cloudico. He's a little shorter, and has this blue hair that goes up, kind of like a troll doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he kind of takes a seat up there and adjusts his bifocals.
I just stare at him. I walk up to it and start touching the chair, and I look like.
And the gnome who is sitting in says, "Admiring the craftsmanship. That's a Frim Bucket original.
A what?
Looks like maybe you could use one of these yourself.
A high chair?
See how it over the crowns. Yeah. I won't claim it's my finest work, but it certainly comes in useful in certain situations."
What the hell is that thing?
Oh, he's not talking about anything important.
But what is it?
Oh, it's for sitting in.
No.
Oh,
No, what is he?
oh. He's a gnome.
What is that?
A gnome. It's
This is that?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ionia Tevin has walked up to the head of the room and just very and everything goes quiet. And she says, "We have had some new visitors come to the town today, and with them they bring distressing news. Many of you may have heard that an injured man was brought in this morning. We are proud to say that he has been assisted by many of the able-bodied people in town, and it looks like he will make a full recovery. And he's kind of wheeled out in a wheelchair that they would have for him. Looking more awake now, looking more alert than he did before, and you're glad to see that he's in better condition than he was."
I just walk up to him Like, just like by passing any people, you know, just, oh, you alright?
There's like no recognition in his face.
I found you. I was one. I found you.
And he says, now that we're all together, we have heard a little bit of this man's story, and if he's feeling well enough, perhaps he can repeat it for all assembled here. And he says, my name is Yul Norstag. I'm a bodyguard of the Malison family. We were on the road conducting Lady Argentia Malison. A cold wind blew upon us. We were beset all of a sudden from the woods. Men with swords and bows came at us, bandits on the road. These we could handle, and we engaged. But then, other creatures. I have heard legends from my father and his father's father. Creatures of the far north. The winged fae. The blue-skinned fae. I do not know if that's what they were, but I did recognize that they were some sort of fae creatures. Our swords mostly bounced off their magical hides. They flew with tiny bows and arrows, and their wings like insects, and they used foul magic. I was the only one of us to escape. I ran off. I don't know what happened to Lady Argentia. Next thing I knew, I was collapsing in the snow. And then I woke up back here. And people are kind of murmuring, like, attack. Bandits.
Lumi has just like anime eyes. She's like,
Magic.
What did you see when you got this man?
I found him on the side of the road. There's a forest somewhere. So, just the one guy.
The Gurf says Gurft says he found this man south of here by the road, in some snow near a forest.
People saying, snow south of here? Well, the forest can only be the Borderwood. And people are saying, what kind of story is this? It rarely ever snows here even in the winter. We're so far south. Councillor Tepin says, that's why I've brought Mr. Dryden Kep here today. He has been ranging all the way down to Demgazi on his hunts. And he has some news that he wishes to bring us. And this muscular guy, maybe like 23 years old, he's this big kind of farm boy looking dude, comes up to the front and he goes, thank you, Councillor Tepin. I often wander far and wide on my hunts for beasts of all kinds. In my latest trip down to Demgazi, I started to hear reports, rumors, of a cold front coming on from the Borderwood. Investigating these reports, I wandered myself deep into the forest, places where other people wouldn't dare to trespass. We all know of the dangers that lurk out there, the monsters. It is said that Kadiran spies come up sometimes from the south and set up outposts in the wood from which to watch us. So I was, of course, on my guard the entire time. Well, what I can confirm to you is that it is snowing in the Borderwood, and it has been for nearly a week. I know. Difficult to believe. But I have watched it, and furthermore, I believe that it is spreading. I spent a great deal of effort talking to people that I came across and mapping the region where I believe the frost is beginning to fall. The picture I began to draw, well, I've literally drawn it on this map. And he slams down a piece of paper on the podium, and people are like, gasp, and they're like, can't see it. He's like, oh yes, and he lifts it up. And people do kind of stand up from their seats and kind of bustles forward to take a look at this map that he has drawn.
Wow.
He says, as you can see here, all this area has begun to be encompassed by snow. In some places it has fallen even 3 feet deep. And what's more,
It's probably that giant snowflake. That's probably the one doing it.
the room all goes quiet.
No.
They all look at you, and then they turn back to him. He goes, furthermore, it is not just snow that comes out of the ordinary. I have seen the tracks, the footsteps of a giant beast out there in the wilds. I am certain this is not a creature you would normally find in the Borderwood. I have seen white fur through the trees. Otherworldly beasts, perhaps, but the tracks that I found were like unto those of a giant weasel. To all assembled here, I declare it will be my mission to go and hunt this beast and bring it down, so all the lands and all the children of Taldor may be safe from this menace. This I will do for you. People go. A giant weasel. Oh, please protect us from the giant weasel. He goes,
What did you say?
Giant
There's a
weasels are
giant
terrifying.
weasel
They latch
in
onto
the
you and they drain your blood. And they go, all right, giant vampire weasels in the snow running around in the forest. Well, good luck, Dryden. You go,
Would I have heard of it? From up north, maybe.
Do a knowledge nature check. Are you translating?
I can't.
everything
Yeah,
to him?
He's translating, but I can't.
You
I was
can't?
wondering if I just happen to
No, I have plus 10 knowledge nature, so
You do knowledge nature check.
yeah, so I'll take 10 for 20.
You've heard of giant weasels, yeah?
In
Not necessarily like a snow creature.
Mhm.
But-
But they are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's right. They drain your blood.
Doubt all you want, but when I return with this creature's hide, you will understand the danger that lurks out there. Some farmer at the back kind of speaks up, and he says, You know, I don't think it's all poppycock, what he's saying. Me youngest, Brian, he was out playing in the field, and he said he caught a whiff of coal, and he looked out through the woods, and he saw a white stag running out through the woods. Now, he said that it talked to him. He said the stag was saying word. Of course, he ran away. Good Eddie's got on his shoulders. Learned that from his mom, he did. But, seems there are strange things afoot out in the wood these days. Someone else goes, Yeah, you know, some of my corn crop went missing the other day. I think maybe something came from the woods and took it. Usually this never happens to me. And there's kind of a chorus of people being like, those whose properties are kind of bordering out in this region, kind of, and it starts to go a little too far. People are like, yeah, the other day, my pillow was turned upside down. Something must have come in the window.
And it was cold.
And it was cold, yeah. But it seems that there are kind of rashes of people talking about strange things that might have happened, and wondering if they can attribute it to this story of what's going on out in the forest. It's a little difficult. There's kind of a hubbub now of all kinds of different people talking about all these kinds of different things. It's a little difficult to navigate the conversation, but anybody who speaks common can do a diplomacy check or a knowledge local check to try to get some kind of interesting information out of what's been exposed here.
21 knowledge local.
21 knowledge local. Anything new?
Can I sit? This is like my own check, I would assume.
Unless you, for some reason, are getting together with Lumi and you're trying to go at this together, do you think you would identify her as someone you were
I don't
trying
know.
to...
I think I'll just be doing it by myself.
Okay.
26.
Okay.
That's a good number.
So things that you pick up is there's definitely confirmation that there's snow out in the Borderwood. Most people are talking about they think magic is involved for it to be snowing so unseasonally, and most people are like, it's got to be the Kadirans. It's some sort of magical spy sabotage they're doing to disrupt. They're trying to kill the crops. And somebody else says, well, if there were bandits out by the Borderwood, well, the High Sentinels, those rangers, are supposed to take care of such threats. Now, the numbers have been dwindling over the years. I think I remember it's only Old Man Dansby out there now. I suppose they must have slipped through his net. People are talking about how their crops have died off because of a frost that's been rolling in on the fringes of the forest. People are also talking about Lady Argentia, and what you pick up from the conversation is some people say, yeah, she was actually coming through here the other day. She and her carriages, her one carriage, they came through from Apara. They were going to Zemar, they was, and they dropped by. I heard a package arrive for her the other day. They were holding on to it. I wonder who'll pick it up if she's been killed by bandits. Xanthete says to you, oh my gosh, Lady Argentia Malisan, she's a total badass. She was going to Zamar because she was supposed to be married to this guy, like her dad set it up, and then she saw him and she was like, ew, no, and she just left. Consequences be damned, and she just lit out. She did not care for that guy, and she didn't give a fuck what anybody thought about it. It's like this huge scandal right now.
Wow. Maybe he's the one who sent the bandits.
Oh my gosh. He totally did. I'm certain.
Drama. Anyway, did you hear there's snow? There's snow. We never get snow.
I wonder.
I love snow.
I wonder what kind of outfit she was wearing when she got murdered. I should pick out my outfit that I would want to be murdered in.
That's inconsequential.
We have heard many things secondhand, but what remains to be investigated is this report that bandits took Lady Argentia and made an attack on her bodyguards. We need someone to go and investigate the site of this happening. Do we have any volunteers?
Me!
Are you certain, Lumi? And Tesserae kind of looks over you like,
There's snow. I mean, Yeah, me.
I will go. It sounds fun.
Lumi and a 10-year-old boy. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot.
11.
Well, I would need at least, as long as it's... Was that a bluff check?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is actually 10.
I got a 12.
You're 11.
Well, almost.
You seem wise beyond your years,
Oh,
Cloudico.
I get that a lot.
She inspects you more carefully. Well, I would insist that at least one adult went with you. Someone capable of responding to any sort of threat should one arise.
Hey, Griff. They're talking about going and investigating what happened to this guy.
Well, we need him to show us where it was.
Also, yeah, we need you to show us where it was. You want to come?
A map. Sure.
Yeah, there's a map.
Or put on the map.
Well, or you could come with us too. You want to come?
Looking at this map, it's
I probably wouldn't be able to tell it very well either.
and also if, enough of the conversation has been translated to you that you don't think this guy was attacked where you found him. You think you would have noticed if there had been a fight there. So he probably ran off a little bit and collapsed somewhere else.
Nah.
Councilwoman Tepin says, very well then. If the dwarf will conduct you there, he does have quite a large weapon, so I trust that he knows what to do. And the two of you can speak for him. Then I suppose there's no harm in that. Might be well to make it a quick mission. Just go out, see what happened, and come right back for your own safety. If you wish to gather some supplies, perhaps you could set out in the morning. But it does seem from Mr. Kep's report that whatever this is, it's spreading, and we may not have too long before it reaches a little more of the farmland, and perhaps even arrives here.
Oh no. Right, yeah, I mean, people's crops would die. That would be bad, I suppose. Yeah, yes. You can count on us.
Dryden, do you think perhaps that you could accompany them as well? And Dryden says, oh, I'd love to, but I'm a really busy guy, and Weasel's not going to catch itself. I am going to make the nicest rug that anyone this side of the Jalrun River has ever seen. So long. You'll see me again when I'm an accomplished, proven hunter. And he walks out the door.
Anyway,
Oh, what?
yeah, I guess I could go now.
There-
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, it's supposed to be really cold out there. Maybe we should buy some, like, cold weather gear or something.
Oh, it's so hot. How can you? I can't even understand.
What? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it'll be. How could you even bear to wear that? Like, even over there, even to have those clothes touching your body. Gross.
Well, I'm going to buy some.
You look and there's this fox looking at you.
Yeah, I see them leaving.
Oh, yeah,
Look at the fox.
we're going to go check out the cold stuff. See what's going on. People were sharing a whole bunch of stories about how all their crops were dying and, like, their kids saw a white stag that, like, spoke to them and all this crazy stuff. We're gonna go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy some stuff, though. Need to buy some stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me like everything you're doing.
I mean, I was just translating, you know.
Oh.
But also, I'm just gonna tell you everything I do ever from now on.
Yeah. It's not necessary.
Fox gets up and kind of flips its tail back and forth and starts walking to the door and stops and looks at you.
I run to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I look for the man.
He is on the ground, just panting,
Oh, no.
and his ears kind of flapping. And he's just hot, and you're pretty hot too.
Okay, I run over and I just create water over the two of us. Just like a gallon of
Yeah.
water.
Lumi,
Oh, geez.
How did you do that? How did he do that?
I'm doing it
How
in
did
the
he do
air.
that?
So it's
How is he doing that?
Hey, she is, like, super, super interested in what you just did.
What are you? Gibbity gabbity boop.
right.
Give it a bobbity boop.
You can make it the water.
Everybody makes water. Yeah, well, you know, a little bit of nature magic is all I do.
He says he's got some nature magic.
Magic.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Where
did you get it from?
You're talking to me real fast.
She wants to know where you learned. Where you learned it.
Yeah, well, kind of there's the village, like, elder.
Village elder.
Yeah, like a shaman teaches her.
Shaman.
She's, like, really freaking me out right now.
Where is this village?
I asked him. He wouldn't. He north is what he said.
Hey,
What he said.
Hey, what did she do?
where
I-
do you come from?
See your belly button.
She wants to know where you come from.
But you
Yeah, see,
came
that's
from
all
the,
he says.
But he came from the south.
Yeah. You translate that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got turned around at some point. I don't know how that happened.
He's like rolling back and forth. The
Yeah.
dust is coming off of him.
you do like verbal and somatic components.
Yeah. I still do the reverse Burgundy. Every round.
Yeah.
So
Spellcraft check. I really want to know, so I get a 27.
Okay.
I'm like, that's create water. I can't do that.
He goes.
I don't want to do that.
All his clothes are just like soaking. Like,
She's just like staring at your hands when you do it.
He said, verb incomparable.
Burskadurgadurg.
Burskadurgadurg. Burskadurgadurg.
She trying to
Do it again.
Burskadurgadurg.
Burskadurgadurg.
Yeah, she's not attuned to the spirit of the wild. She's not attuned to nature. Don't do this kind of
He says something about it's tuning to the spirit of nature or something.
Or divine gobbledygook. I'll
Who's
be
it,
bottom of
boy?
this.
We both stink, but they also wet mammoth hair smell. You know, just
And it gets up, and it all over both of you. Reflex saves.
I mean, I intentionally, I just like, 15.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
You duck behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I untie it. I take the rope, just coil it up, put it with my stuff.
Yeah. And it immediately walks across the street into the shade of another building. And it just stands there.
I think it probably
He's
wants
smart.
to go back to the cold. So it's a good thing that we're going back to the cold.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you're coming back to the cold with us. With your mammoth, who likes the cold? Mammoth would be really happy in the cold.
Yeah, alright. Okay. It's too hot here.
Mm-hmm.
You duck into the general store really quickly looking for
Yeah.
a cold weather outfit.
Yeah.
And she says, well, we haven't used one of those really in a number of winters. It hasn't been bad enough that we've needed one, but I think I do have a couple in the back here. Let me see if I can find one.
How much do they go for?
She manages to get one together for you. That is like a child's size. And she says, this is 8 gold pieces.
Oh, jeez. That is like twice as much as the amount that I have. I will have to work for like 3 months to make that much amount of money. That's not usually true.
I could 3 months.
I was exaggerating a bit.
I mean, I've got a little money. I could lend you.
Oh, you would do that? What a nice person.
I guess.
I'll get you back
Sure,
sometime.
since you're gonna be helping us out.
Sophia pops down some like bags of oats and stuff on the counter next to you and starts doing her own transaction while you guys are talking about this one. And she says, "Oi, tell your friend that I'll keep his mammoth, or as you called it, a mammoth, stabled there for as long as he needs, since he's being helpful and all. But at a certain point, it is going to cost him just if it's eating lots of feed. All right? It's not
Okay.
expensive, but
I'll definitely tell him.
also, his sled is all banged up. I could repair it, but it would take some time and it would take materials as well."
Anyway, here, I'll buy it. 8 gold for the cold weather.
All right. And they give you these furs and straps and the boots, and it comes with a hat with muffs. And
A child size, I
gloves.
assume.
Yes.
Nice. Wait, how much does you said a weight? And I didn't listen at all.
I don't think I did say it. Wait.
Oh, I
Cold weather
Because you are
outfit weighs...
small, it's 3.5 pounds.
That's fine.
If you're carrying too much stuff, you start to have penalties to all your like strength and dex-based skill checks, and you have also a maximum dexterity bonus to your AC. Cloudyco is small and has low strength, so he takes those penalties very easily.
Here in the general store, something that you're always got in the back of your mind is that you know that Viviala keeps some magical things in like a lockbox.
She doesn't show
office.
She doesn't show those to people unless they can prove their wealth.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys finish up your shopping in the general store. You come back out to find Gerft in the main square.
in the shade, like leaning against the mammoth.
Looking like that.
Thule comes up and brushes against your ankles. Say hello to you again.
Dingle ding.
What do you guys do?
Alright, I'm ready. Well, I guess I'll grab something real quick. I run into my house and grab some things, and I have like a little dagger. Oh no! Yes, no. I go in and I'm in there for like a couple minutes, and then I come out and my fox is this little white fox is now dressed in this like little leather, little kind of like fox barding.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really cute.
Griff says that's really cute.
Thank you. It's not supposed to be cute. It's supposed to be powerful.
Alright, it's your belly button.
Groot says he can see your belly button.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Chuckling to yourselves, talking to one another, the three of you, with your two animals, start off down the south road toward the edge of the Borderwood. And that's where we're going to stop for today.
We met each other.
Oh boy.
Things happen.